They have been showing some new video, some new photos as well. And we got that new video of the suspect jumping down from the roof. I want to bring in our guest that has continued to be such a great resource for us and give us such great insight. Jeff James, former Secret Service agent. Thanks again. And Jeff, what was some of the big takeaways that you took from this news conference?
Oh, I took two away. Well, three. My first one is I am a little surprised they don't have an identity yet. I think that's coming quickly, but just a little surprised they haven't identified him yet. But that leads me to the second thing I take away from that. It was when the governor said about how law enforcement counts on the general public's help. That is just not for Charlie Kirk's murder. That is every day. Every time you see an Amber Alert, every time you see a wanted poster pop up, on your feed in social media, every time you see a missing child alert pop up, those are all times that law enforcement is counting on the general public's help, and we couldn't do it without you. I'll say that I'm in my 30th year in law enforcement now, and the help we've always gotten from the general public is invaluable. And then the third thing I will say is how he said there's over 20 agencies united in this manhunt. Incredible amount of men and women out there, all with the same goal. I don't know if the suspect is listening right now, but if he is, I would tell him his best bet right now. I don't know what his end game is, but his best bet right now might be to walk into a police station and just say, "Here I am. It's time to take me in." Because he's going to get found, whether he chooses to try to go live in the woods or whether he has a friend, hole him up somewhere. Somebody's going to see him and somebody's going to say something, and it's going to end for him.
Yeah, no doubt about that, especially with all these new photos and videos. I mean, look at the one they showed just moments ago of him climbing down the roof there and then jumping down and then ultimately going across the street into that field. But that was some new video that we received just moments ago from the authorities.
Yeah, and this was kind of highlighted when they were talking about the video, the recklessness of all the things he touched on along his way, grabbing the railing and letting himself down. And I know people probably don't think about the footprints they leave, but again, a valuable piece of forensic evidence. They knew they were Converses, and when they eventually catch him, if he's wearing those shoes, wear patterns on shoes are almost as damning as a fingerprint, because we all stride in our unique way. So they'll be able to figure that out too. But yeah, some recklessness on his part if he was planning a long-term escape from this. That's certainly not the way to do it.
Yeah, so true. I want to show everyone this new photo that we received just a little bit ago. I'm going to pause it. Because, I mean, yeah, you're so right there, Jeff. I mean, look I'm just going to drop the lower for a moment. No gloves on. So who knows just how many fingerprints he left behind?
Easily, right? And then his palm prints and everything else. And look, that stuff can't be faked. It can't be avoided. People ask me all the time. I have a little bit of a background in forensics, and I'll ask people, what's a better determination of identity, DNA or fingerprints? And people will always automatically say DNA. And I will say no, because twins will have the same DNA, but they will have different fingerprints. So that's a true determiner. You can't dodge your fingerprints. You are stuck with them.
Yeah, and just getting that new look here of this person that they are looking for. And, as these images continue to really showcase, and, I think it's just a great example, right, Jeff, of just how many cameras there is now where when you go out in public, you are on camera.
Exactly. You almost have to be in the woods or in the mountains to avoid it. And not just cameras that are going to record what people are doing as they pass by, but license plate reading cameras. And there's software now that detects weapons, and there's software that will do facial recognition. That's not every camera, but you aren't going to go into any major city without being recorded. And I say major, I'll even tell you even small cities, whether they're, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, these medium to small size cities, you're still getting recorded everywhere you go. You don't cross a bridge to get into New York or Washington, D.C. without your license plate being captured. Or if you walk across the bridge, you're being captured. It's a great tool for law enforcement. It really is.
Yeah, and I think the question now that even people just watching this, and of course the authorities, when he does leave the field area, when he's leaving, I mean, what was his, did he have a bicycle? Did he have a car? How did he navigate out of this area?
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I'm sure they've already looked at any cars that may have been left behind in the parking lot of the venue and tried to tie that to a person. I don't know what the egress plan was, and maybe he didn't have one until the last minute when he thought to himself, oh, maybe I can get out of this, because it didn't seem like jumping off of that roof was a great plan. Yeah. And the other part is, we see him walking in that residential area. Did he walk and get to a car? So he could kind of egress less suspiciously than if he would have hot-footed it out of the parking lot. So again, that's all things we'll figure out. But yeah, it almost didn't seem like there was a well thought out egress plan there.
And Jeff, lastly here, no questions were taken. They didn't want to take any questions, and Kash Patel did not speak either, the FBI director. Were you surprised by that?
No, because I feel like if they opened it to questions, we have so many, and the press they are inquiring minds. They probably could have been there for hours answering questions. So that could have been just for the sake of time, since it's getting toward the evening hours. Or it just could have been like, hey, we're going to tell you what we have now. We're going to ask for the public's help. Now we're going to go sit back and watch the public do their work and help us bring this guy in.
Yeah, and that's what we're hoping, that it happens fast there, so justice can be served for this individual. Jeff James, thanks so much for joining us on Live Now from Fox for the last 45 minutes. Great insight and details into this investigation. We really appreciate it.